You're watching Senior Center Television. I'm Bob Wiley. Our guest today is Tony Moschetti. Tony, what are you working on at the Senior Center?
Well, Bob, I'm going to be teaching a ukulele class. It's a perfect instrument for young and old, and it's very easy, lots of fun, and I'm going to be doing 2 informational classes in September, and then the regular classes are going to start in October.
Okay. Why would people want to learn the ukulele?
Well, Bob, I'm not going to give you my opinion first. First, I'd like you to hear from someone else that you might know. It's George Harrison, the Beatles.
Sure.
And in this book, Jumpin' Jim's Ukin, Bob had a little testimonial appreciation. And this is what George said. He says, everybody should have and play a uke. It's so simple to carry with you, and it's one instrument you can't play and not laugh. It's so sweet and also very old. Some are made of wood, some are made of armadillos. And George says, I love them. The more the merrier. Everyone I know who is into the ukulele is crackers. So get yourself a few and enjoy. Love, George Keoki Harrison. Now I say, ukulele is great. It's small, easy to carry and play. There are books with hundreds of songs with the chords right on the same page as the song.
What kinds of ukulele are there?
This is the smallest one. This is in soprano ukulele. And it's very small, very easy to press down the strings and play the chords. Next size up is called the concert ukulele. Now that's a little bigger. And for somebody that has big fingers, I don't know how your fingers are, but if somebody has big fingers, you might prefer a little bigger ukulele because on the small one, its frets are kind of small. And then finally, this is a tenor ukulele. Doesn't always have to be, this is actually a professional instrument that I use playing out. Doesn't have to always have all these bells and whistles. It can be just bigger. But this one you can plug in to an amplifier. It has controls, volume, treble, bass, and it has 14 frets to the body as opposed to the soprano, it only has 12. It has a cutaway to reach some more frets, but these are kind of high. I don't know if I ever use these.
Okay, is it hard to learn to play the ukulele?
Well, there's 2 things you really have to know to play the ukulele. The good thing is you don't have to learn to read music. But one thing is you need to know how to tune it. So in the old days we used to have a pitch pipe. We used to blow into the pitch pipe, get the note, and tune the string till it matched the note in the pitch pipe. I thought I'd check and see if they were still selling those, and they are, about $15. I thought they'd be cheaper since it's obsolete technology. Well, it turns out you don't have to pay anything because if you go online and put in ukulele tuner, you'll come up with a perfect little tuner that's free. It'll give you a picture of the ukulele from here, and you touch one of the tuning keys, and that note will sound until you touch another tuning key. So you just simply touch the tuning key, let it sound, and adjust it. But sometimes for beginners, doing it by ear is a little bit difficult. So we have these. This is a digital chromatic tuner. It's not just for the ukulele, it actually can be used on guitar or other stringed instruments. And this is visual, so you don't have to worry about what you can hear. You turn it on and you pluck the string and you'll see the name of the string in the display. And if you don't, if you see another note, say like F, which would be, this is G, if you see F, which would be below G, that means you have to tighten it up to get it so it says G, or if it's A above G, you'd have to go the other way. And then once you get to see the letter in the display, then it could be to the left or to the right, and you have to just adjust the tuning key till you see it right in the middle. You can probably see where the green goes to the middle, and that tells you it's pretty much in tune. Just use your eyes, anybody can do that. Now the second thing that's you have to do is you have to learn to strum. You're not reading music, but you have to know how to follow along with music. Now, surprisingly, most people can do that. I mean, they sing along, they go to karaoke, they don't know a thing about music, and yet they can sing. And the karaoke doesn't vary, it goes the way it's going to go. And you have to be able to stay with the structure. And most people can do that. It's not really very technical. So what I'm going to do is just show you a little bit of strumming. I'm going to start in the key of C. And you can play a song with 2 chords. That's a C chord. And that's what they call a G7th, and that's on the 5th degree, C, D, E, F, G. And play a song like this. Choose your partner, skip to my loo. Choose your partner, skip to my loo. Choose your partner, skip to my loo. Skip to my loo, my darling. And it's simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now to make your rhythm a little more interesting, you can actually take those quarter beats and split them into 2, like 1N, 2N, 3N, 4N. But you don't do it on every one. You just throw it in wherever you feel like it. Choose your partner, skip to my loo. Choose your partner, skip to my loo. Choose your partner, skip to my loo. Skip to my loo, my darling. Well, you can do all kinds of music, including rock and roll songs, Beatles songs, things up to date. And this is the first book I ever bought. This is called 60s Ukulele, so you know it's going to have a lot of 60s songs. They're not all rock and roll. You got things like Moon River and King of the Road. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you a little bit of All My Lovin'. I might move the music stand in front of me for a minute so I can see, because I need the music for this one. Now this one has pickup notes. Close your, right?
Yeah.
Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day. Send all my loving to you, and so forth and so on.
What will your classes be about?
Let me just, I wrote a little thing out here, and I'm going to need to read it. This course, you're going to learn to strum and sing your favorite songs. You'll also learn a few music basics. What's a musical key? How do you transpose to a different key if the song's in key too high? We talked about transpose. Unfortunately, the ukulele books do it for you. The ukulele is an accompaniment instrument. So reading music is not a necessary skill, but learning how chords work, different progressions, and different chord patterns and different keys is necessary. But that's not really as hard as you think, because like I say, people do karaoke all the time and they don't know a thing about music. So that's basically what the courses are going to be about. I believe you're never too old to learn. I would never do a guitar class at the senior center because there's a physical barrier. Pressing down the strings, steel strings on a guitar is not easy. You'd spend 10 weeks just getting to play the first 2 or 3 chords. Nylon strings, the ukulele, especially the soprano, make it so easy to play the chords that anyone can do it. So look for the scheduling of my free classes and come to learn more.
You have another song you'd like to play for us before we go?
Let's see, I could do something here. Well, how about, and this is a song that illustrates the standard song that Hank Williams wrote in the standard way that songs are made through the ages. And it's called the ballad form, and it usually has 2 verses the same, what they call a bridge, which is different, and then another verse which is the same. And the name of this song is Your Cheating Heart. It has pickups. Your cheating heart will make you weep. You're going to cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep it won't come all night through. Cheating heart. hot. Gonna tell on you. Now the bridge. When tears come down like falling rain, you're gonna toss her in the ground and call my name. Gonna walk the floor the way I do. You're cheating heart is gonna tell on you. Now you notice a couple of things in there, like when I ended it, I did this 1-4-1. Those are the things you learn is you can do with any song. It may not even be on the song, but you can do it. And then the other thing that was new, although I did it in 5/2, I went through the whole cycle, is you did have a D7. So, I mean, did you see anything that looked too hard?
Didn't look too hard to me.
Okay, I think you need to take my ukulele class.
Okay. Well, we thank Tony Moschetti for appearing on our show. If you're interested in the ukulele, watch your Senior Center program, and it will be posted in the fall version of the Senior Center program. This is Senior Center TV. Thanks for tuning in.